Namaste everyone. Welcome to Prepare with Lakshmi. Today we are going to discuss about the sonnet 38 from Amarati by Edmund Spenser. Edmund Spenser, born 1552 or 53 London, England, died January 13, 1599 London, was an English poet whose long allegorical poem The Fairy Queen is one of the greatest in the English language. It was written in what came to be called the Spenserian stanza. In 1598, during the Nine Years' War, Spenser was driven from his home in Ireland. He died in London in 1599 and was buried in Poets' Corner in Westminster Abbey. His notable works include the Epithalamion, the Prothalamion, the Fairy Queen, Amarati, the Shepherdess Calendar, Complaints, and many more. Edmund Spenser's Amarati, Sonnet 38. Edmund Spenser's Amarati chronicles his courtship with his wife Elizabeth Boyle. It was originally published in 1595 and loosely follows the Petrarchan sonnet model. Petrarch wrote his sonnets about women that he would never be able to obtain, while Spenser wrote about a single woman whom he did marry. In the sonnet 38, the poet alludes to Arion, a legendary Greek lyre player who was saved from drowning by a dolphin. He got the dolphin to save him by playing music to lure it in. The poet compares his lover's anger to the sea in which he is drowning, but his music, that is poetry, can't get his lover to save him. His lover is compared to dolphin. She could choose to save him or not. She watches him drown in her anger because of her pride. The poem has three four-line stanzas called quatrains and a couplet. The poetic devices used in the poem are metaphor, simile, and personification. The rhyme scheme of the poem is AB, BC, BC, CD, CD, EE, written in iambic pentameter. I am going to read the stanza and then explain it briefly. Arion, when through tempest's cruel rake, he forth was thrown into the greedy seas. Through the sweet music which his harp did make, allured a dolphin him from death to ease. Now here the poet is alluding to Arion. Allusion means a person who is not present in the poem. That is one figure of speech. Okay. Allusion means Arion is not there in the poem, but he is used in the poem. He is referred to in the poem. Okay. Here Arion is a legendary Greek lyre performer and poet, and he was thrown into the sea. See here, tempest. Tempest is a violent windy storm, and rake means a wrecked ship. Ship was broken down, and he was thrown into the greedy sea. He forth was thrown into the greedy sea. When Arion was thrown into the sea, and when he was drowning, in order to help himself, in order to not get drowned in the sea, what did he do? He played a music on the harp. When he made a sweet music, this attracted a dolphin, and the dolphin came and saved him from death, from drowning in the sea. That is what he is talking about in this stanza. Now he is starting the poem with this stanza. He is alluding to Arion and how he was saved from the sea, because the poet is going to compare himself, his lover's anger to tempest, to the sea. So let us go on to the next. But my rude music, which was wont to please some dainty ears, cannot with any skill the dreadful tempest of her wrath appease, nor move the dolphin from her stubborn will. Now we know why he has compared in the Arion in the first stanza, why he has said. See here he is comparing, he is saying his music, but my music. See, but he is starting with the word but. My rude music. He is saying his music is rude. His music is not as charming as that of Arion, that it can attract a dolphin and help himself. No, he is saying my music is very rude. Maybe his music is nothing but his poetry. He is writing poetry for her, which was wont to please. It is not going to please her. Some dainty ears. Dainty means beautiful, small ears. It's not going to please her beautiful small ears with my skill. Means the music which he is going to produce is not going to reduce her anger. See here, the dreadful tempest of her wrath. Wrath means extreme anger. Her anger is compared to that of dreadful tempest. Tempest is violent sea storm, we said. The it is her anger is compared to that violent storm, and it is not going to be appeased, means she is not going to calm down and help him like a dolphin. Now he is saying, nor move the dolphin from her stubborn will. That is, she is very strong in her stand, that she is not going to help him. Her anger is extreme. She is not going to come down from her anger and help him like a dolphin helped Arion. So here he is comparing. We can see the comparison here, how Arion was helped by a dolphin. Here he is comparing himself. When he played music, it is not going to appease her anger. The tempest is not going to go down, and she is not going to become like a dolphin and help him. Then later in the stanza, but in her pride she doth persevere still, all careless how my life for her decays. Yet with one word she can it save or spill. To spill were pity, but to save were praise. Choose rather to be praised for doing good than to be blamed for spilling guiltless. Now the poet is saying, but in her pride, because she was so proud and she was very angry with him and she is not coming down, she doth persevere still. Persevere means continuing to continue in an action. Even she's persevere means continue to do the same action even though there is no success. Here she is continuing to be angry, she is not coming down. So he is saying, my life is being destroyed because she is not coming down from her anger because of pride. Yet with one word, the poet is saying, with one single word she can save me. She can it save or spill, means she can save me if she chose to. With a single word she can save my life. But to spill were pity. He is saying, if she chose not to save me, then it is a pity. The love is gone between them. Because it is a lover's quarrel. One person has to come down from them and they have to ask an apology. But if she is not coming down, then the love is lost between the two lovers. He is saying, to spill were pity, means if she is not coming down, if she is not getting appeased, if she is not calming down, then we are losing our love. She is affecting my life. My life is being destroyed. That is what he is saying. But to save were praise. If she chose to save the love, then it is good. It is something beautiful. The love is restored and their life is back on track. Choose rather to be praised. Now he is begging her, please choose rather to be praised. Try to help me for doing good. He is begging to her moral standards. He is begging to her. He is saying that choose to praise, choose to save the love instead of guilt. Then to be blamed for spilling guiltless blood. Guiltless means innocent blood. Than to spill the blood means when lovers fight and there is no what do you say? They are not coming together. They are not getting over their differences. What will happen to the love? Love is lost. So he is chasing. He is begging her to. He is pleading to her on moral grounds that she should desire to do good than kill him, than be guilty of spilling innocent blood. So he is saying this is a relationship problem. Here the couple has fought and she is deeply hurt and she refuses to make up because of her pride. So this is a very simple poem. I hope it has been helpful to you. If it has been helpful to you, then I am very glad. Thank you for listening to my video. Have a wonderful day. I'll meet you soon with another video.